Hey YouTube, you're getting a Dan talk here on a Saturday because one, I don't not actually have any more submissions in the Great League, and I found a team I like, so I'm kind of running with that. So I don't have a lot of videos for Great League right now. And two, this is one that has been on my mind for a while. As you can tell by the title, it is about spending money in the game. Now, for those of you who've been subscribed to this channel for a while, know that I am a free-to-play player. I think spending money in this game is a complete waste of money, and I have said that multiple times. Now, I want to sort of backtrack on that to a certain extent, not because of the value aspect of it, but just because of another aspect, which I'll talk about towards the end of the video. What we're going to do is first, we're going to look at the history of spending money in Pokemon Go, and then we are going to look at the way that it's currently set up, and then the sort of value of it, and then my sort of final thoughts on it. So just to give you history, Pokemon Go back in the day, 2016, 2017, I started in 2018, December 2018. But even 2018, 2019, 2020, even up to like COVID, the game was very, very different than it is today. One, there was not as many aspects in the game, right? So your shadows and Dynamax and power spots and just a bunch of these other events and aspects of the game were not in the, even GBL was not in the game when I first started. So there was a bunch of different aspects of the game that were not in the game, which meant that spending money on the game was really limited to two things. One was community days, and the other was just coins, if you wanted to buy coins from the store. Now, back in the day, the community day was 99 cents, and what I found back in the day got a lot of value. It was not surprising that if you did a 99-cent community day ticket, you would get multiple incubators, multiple star pieces, multiple raid passes. Like this was a very good value. It's now $2, and this is the next one, Solstice Day. With the $2 ticket, you get 3 encounters, additional encounters. Okay. So yeah, 3 encounters with the background, more additional encounters, 1 premium pass, and 1 rare candy XL. So the 1-for-1 was just I don't find there anymore. And the other thing back in the day is because there was not a lot of aspects of the game that, like I mentioned, there were no weekly events. In fact, you were lucky if you got a monthly event. Really, the only monthly event was a community day, and if you were lucky, you got like a 2-week long event, and it was never ticketed. And those events were like what I mentioned. You would get incubators, and you would get raid passes, and you get all this stuff for free. And that has obviously changed over the years. What has also changed in my mind is the value. Now, I want to take you back to a 2017 options here for coins, and I would like direct you to these 1,680 coins. This is a holiday, which was a little special at the time, but 1680 coins, you got 16 lucky eggs, 10 premium passes, 20 star pieces, and 6 super incubators. Now, if you look at that and you look at, let me just try and find where the boxes are now. And if you look at just what is a standard box now, I'm trying to see if they have any of the boxes on the site here. I think these are one of the standard, like an item bundle box. That's real money. Where's the? Oh yeah, you can't purchase from here, but you can just see like the value, how they value stuff now. For $14 Canadian, which is already an insane amount, you got 15 lucky eggs, 5 incense, 2 lure modules, 1 regular incubator, and 1 super incubator for $14. So you back in the day for $16.80, which is way less than $14, essentially got like 5 to 10 times the amount of goods that you are getting now. So a lot of people who have been playing forever just kind of look at these boxes as an absolute ripoff for what they used to be. So as time evolved, so did the amount of stuff in the game. And with more stuff came more tickets. So for example, I already went over the community day. We have a Saturday Mega Rayquaza Day. coming with a $5 ticket for additional raid passes and a few other things here. And then you have these monthly passes where that can go anywhere from $7 to $10 to $10 US is the highest. And then you get these in-person events. So there was always in-person events, but they've actually upped them this year, and I've kind of noticed this because before it was really like the big Go Fest, and there was a couple Safari zones. I won't just say that there wasn't, but basically there was those. But now you get like Safari zones, you get Go Fest, you get this end of November event. So it just the amount of tickets started increasing. Now you got like a Safari Zone here ticket. You got the in-person Go Fest. You have the Global Go Fest. Global Go Fest wasn't a thing. If you wanted to do Go Fest, you had to go in person. So now you have the Global Go Fest ticket, which I actually quite enjoy. So I'm not going to like say this is a ripoff, but it is another add-on. And so when you start looking at the pricing in the web store here, just of how much stuff can add up, right? You have your Go Pass. If you buy deluxe, you're at $21 Canadian, and then you have your ticket bundles. This is September. That would have cost you again another 20, and then you have these other tickets for Metagross Raid Day, $7, and a Steel Skyline ticket. This is the event that is on right now. You get this is an event, so it's the purple here is its own ticket for the event, which you would get other stuff. So you're not $279. You're not just getting the oranges. You're getting the oranges plus what it comes with the event. But basically, because the game has now become a weekly event from Tuesday to Friday, some sort of raid day on Saturday on the weekend, some sort of community day potentially there too. That's 3 tickets a week. You won't have that. You wouldn't have the community every week, but you'd have the for sure weekly event and for sure one raid day event. 4 weeks, that's 8 tickets. You have one community day, that's 9 tickets. You have one beginning of the month box, that's 10 tickets. So when you start adding it up, and some of these are like, okay, $1 or $2 US, but some of these are $4. Some of these are $6 Canadian, like the mega, like I just went over this. The Metagross Raid Day is $7 Canadian. You add the $14, $15 Canadian for if you're getting the monthly raid box, you're now all of a sudden spending, if you really just want to buy everything, and you don't even need to spend the max on everything, but you're looking at, $11, $15, $20, $30, $40, like $40 a month. And that's if you don't buy any coins. And then we go to the coins options here. If you want to buy coins, the web bundle is technically the best value. And we know that 1,300 coins in the game is actually not getting you much anymore, because we kind of went over this. You're getting like some incubators, some raid passes, but not a lot. So all of a sudden you're now spending like $14 to get a few extra items here. So all of a sudden you're now spending $60 in the game, and that does not include $6 a game a month. And that does not include Global Go Fest, and it doesn't include this end of November event. So you're adding so you got like $60 a month, 12 months is $680. You're adding like another $50 for these 2 events. That's $730. And then if you ever wanted to travel to either an in-person Go Fest, in-person Safari Zone, or like a GBL tournament, you now have to add on that. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that people are spending $1,000 plus on this game. Now, to me, $1,000 on a mobile game is absolutely insane to me. And I sort of pass judgment onto people as well, being like, there's no real rationale in my mind why you would spend that much money on a 9-year-old mobile game that does not, in reality, bring you any intrinsic value. Outside of, let's say you bought, what was this? I didn't even go over like the the gold, what was that? The gold, whatever that allowed you to get your Pokemon to IVs of 100. That was another 15, 20. And you know what? Those may start adding up over time too. Um, so now you add like another $20 on there and sort of thing, right? So outside of this game where you can like, oh, I got a Shundo with a cool background and I can showcase to all my Pokemon Go friends. Outside of that, I don't find that there's any real value in this. And that is why I'm a free-to-play player. Because in my life right now, I've got a 6-year-old, and he'll be 4 in like a few days here. My wife has been off work for the last 6 years. She's just gone back because he is now in kindergarten. So we'll start having the double income, but we are one income for 6 years. And, you know, I know most of you who are watching this video, because I've seen my statistics and we talked about this in the Discord, most of you are in the 25 to 50 range. So I skew a bit higher on my age range. I think it's because a lot of you relate to me that, you know what, young kids, full-time jobs, mortgages, groceries. I was just joking the other day about when I was younger, when I was an undergrad, I used to go have lunch with my grandpa because he lived like 5-10 minutes from my university. So I used to go there, and his brother, so my dad's uncle, was also there. And they were like 80 and 90 at the time. And my dad's uncle was always, my dad used to joke, was cheap. And he used to always be like, oh, gas is now this price. And you used to be able to buy this at the grocery store and it's now this. And I was just like, come on, man. It's just, yeah, prices have gone up. That's the way it is. Holy crap. If I do not do that now with gas, groceries, especially groceries, like going to the grocery store, and I'm glad, like going to the grocery store now, I'm eating way healthier than I used to just because the price of everything that I loved has skyrocketed. I used to buy a box of these like decadent chocolate chips for $2.50. They're now $5. Bags of chips used to be like $3. They're now like $4.50, $5. It's just an insane amount that the prices of everything have gone up. So, you know, for me as a one income family for the last 6 years, my money that has to pay for, again, I'm in a different spot, but mortgage, all the bills, gas, hydro, electric, TV, internet, phone, all that stuff, car, leasing the car, kids, was kids after school care now, but my wife's back, that's why it's after school, so I'll just miss that. But like all the kids' clothes, toys, yada yada yada, adds up. If I even thought about spending the $60 to $100 a month on this game, it just seems like such a wasted, like $60, $100 is a potential like half a week of groceries here. That's a trip to Costco, and that's not a trip to Costco because Costco you spend like $300, but it is a trip to the grocery store potentially once a week. So for me, it's just, I could not find any value in it just because the trade-off of cost, the opportunity cost, it was just like, I'm going to spend something in a game that has no intrinsic value outside of the real world when I have real world responsibilities that I need to spend the money for. I guess there's two things that I still believe that, and I still, to a certain extent, believe that those who are younger that are spending the hundreds of dollars on this game a month or whatever, or even a year, will eventually look back on this and think, man, I sort of wasted time and money on this game. Like I truly think that a lot of people will have, hindsight, be like, oh, I spent a lot of time and money on this game when it wasn't probably worth it. Now, here's where I'm going to backtrack a little bit on my thoughts on this. Although I still believe that, I believe that it's a waste of money, and I believe that people will look back and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have spent as much money and time on this game as I did. The last 4 years for me have been nothing short of hell. People always say, like, you hear my schedule, right? Wake up. When I work from home, I'm with the kids until they went to school. If I'm not, I'm on the bus at 7 a.m. I'm working basically from 8 till 5. I'm then on kid duty from 5 till 8. Dinner, hanging out with them after dinner, giving them baths, getting them to bed. That's 8. By the time they settle down, it's 8:30. I then put 2 videos together and I shoot from 8:30 to 11, the 2 videos, and then watch a bit of TV. It's like 11:30 by the time I go back, get up at like 6 and do it all again. People are like, how do you do that schedule? Well, you do it by basically burning out and having no joy. And what I'm doing now is I'm still pumping out a good amount of videos, but you'll have seen like I've taken one off on the weekends here. Yesterday took one off on Friday. I'm definitely cutting down the amount of videos I do, and I've replaced it. I started working out. I've got a secondary health channel, which I'm eventually going to start shooting more videos for. It's a lot tougher to shoot videos there than it is to just turn on a camera here. But I've essentially worked out 3 to 4 times a week for the past month. I'm going out more with people. I'm prioritizing sort of my happiness and joy, because what I found is I just like got so stuck in a rut and so stuck in like, this is what I have to do to keep the family afloat for the next like 4 years. So I just did it. And you burn out. So why I'm like, is it worth spending money in the game? The people who are playing this game, you know, not to say that we're all nerds and losers, but the people that are still playing Pokemon Go in 2025 obviously have enjoyment out of it. They have enjoyment out of it because they have a community that they're part of. Or, you know what, maybe, again, I don't love maybe that the escape is like an escapism for some people, but, you know, maybe in the stress of their lives, whether it be school or kids or whatever, this is just a good game that they can go to and find a little happiness in their life. So to me, I can't just dismiss what brings you happiness, because I've seen over the last 4 years what having nothing for you can do. So like, if people want to spend money in this game and they think it either provides value to them in their lives or happiness in their lives, I think, yeah, okay, spend money on the game. To me, I think I would just find more value and happiness in other things, like I've just said, I started doing, like working out and stuff, than I would putting my hard-earned money into a mobile game that has hundreds of millions being put into it a year by everyone in the world. So those are just my thoughts on spending money in the game. But love to know your thoughts if you spend money. And you know what? I say I'm a free-to-play player, and I am a free-to-play player. Again, I have to thank JE, Apex, Specimen Unknown. Those 3 for sure constantly send me tickets. So the big Go Fest, the November ticket, I think Apex bought both of those. Specimen Unknown used to buy me the community tickets for like a year straight. JE has jumped on with a couple of these other ones as well. So I'm a free-to-play player, but I have had the opportunity to enjoy the benefits of the game thanks to some subscribers. So I appreciate those that maybe allow me to play the game more than I would like to. Or not more than I would like to, but like at a level that I would otherwise not be able to, that I wouldn't do myself. So I do appreciate it, but please, you do not need to spend money on me. If you want to do thoughtful, sure. I'm, again, personally, don't waste your money on me, but I do appreciate the support. Anyways, with that, I'll say, let me know if you spend money on this game and what your views are on spending money on this game. And stay tuned tomorrow for a Great League team. And I will see you guys in the next one.